Grant Dania now.
It's Grant Dania.
The gold logie this year. Oh my God, it's Grant Dania.
And our mum, Chezzi Dania. She's really crazy. And George, affectionately known as Large Sarge.
It's all true.
It's All True, the podcast with Grant and Chezzi Dania.
And George.
Welcome back, kids.
Yeah, welcome back. Oh my gosh.
Here we are.
We're straight into season 12. Last week was a massive fun episode, and we had so many people sending in messages. Thank you so much. Have you got some there, George? Because I don't have any printed out.
Yeah, look, no, we got lots of great messages in, but we actually had somebody who's been sort of at the beginning of our episodes of this podcast. So they're a first-time listener in the recent weeks. So they're way back. It's from Marissa, and she's saying she listened to a podcast, she laughed a lot, and then she sent a photo of Durex Invisible White Fit condoms, a 10-pack for $9.95 at Chemist Warehouse. So this is out of context, and she's basically must be referring to something we spoke about in the earlier seasons of this podcast.
Jimmy hats. Remember you said that, or we laughed about when you would go into a chemist and
I go to the service station. Anyone want any dingers?
Yes.
Is that what
it
it's
is? I think so.
Oh.
So what is it again? Because Marissa's going to catch up with us eventually.
She works at Chemist Warehouse, and their best seller is the Durex Invisible Wide Fit Condoms 10-pack.
Wide fit. Oh yeah.
So we must have been asking maybe for a big size,
That's
and she's
right.
come through with the goods. So thank you for that, Marissa.
I think it was like who's going to ask for the slim fit?
Oh yeah,
I think might have been our discussion. Like, who's going to have the courage? Because everybody's different, and we're all made of different shapes and sizes. But how brave are you to be a man that walks in there and asks for the slim fit, i.e., small dick condom, please?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just
actually
feel
apparently
like
there's a way
going
you can measure. There's a way you can measure. The toilet roll, like the cardboard inside a toilet roll.
Oh my God! Yes.
If you stick your penis inside
fella.
that, and it is hard to get it in, then you go with the extra large. But if it's easy to get it in, you just go with the regular size. I saw this on TikTok.
Really? You usually hand like the rest of us, George.
Can I just ask what you were looking up to?
How many times have you
discover
stuck
that?
your wang in a toilet roll holder? Be honest.
No, I promise you I
vacuum
haven't done that. I haven't done that, but it was a video that popped up on my For You page. And it basically guided men who need condom sizing tips.
And you use the wow.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let us know what you've put your penis in.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I thought, Grant, you could add to this. Couldn't you?
What, you?
No, don't be giving it. No, shampoo bottle.
Oh, yes, that's a great story.
I don't remember this. I'm still claiming that this is a lie from my mum. But I don't know how old I supposedly was. But
3.
I had to be little because it's not a memory I have.
Mm.
Yeah, and any hole's a goal, so shut up. I got it in there.
Training season.
What does that mean?
I think the
hung
problem
like a
was
tic-tac.
you couldn't get it out.
Well,
you've got like a
gifted downstairs. What can I say?
It means that you like to be clean down there.
Reverse hook doodles, like the dogs.
Oh,
so
God. That's a horrible story, that.
Oh, well, let's not say it then, because we're happy and I'm
it.
buzzing.
Why are you buzzing?
Well, you would be doing that, because you went on that retreat, right?
I did. And do you know what? When I landed at the airport and I was getting my luggage, I text Grant because a woman next to me had it's an eagle.
Whoa, it's an eagle.
Oh, my gosh. There's a massive wedge-tail eagle. The woman who was standing next to me, her baby's name was Rainbow.
No way.
Legit.
We said someone on that
retreat would be named Rainbow.
Hippie Rainbow.
Yeah. And her baby's name was Rainbow.
That's hilarious.
I know. I couldn't believe it. And in fact, I was laughing so much. I was trying to hold back, because it's when you all get to the airport, and I didn't know who was going to the retreat. Like, she could have been going, but I doubted it, but she could have been going with Rainbow. And I just thought, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I have to text Grant. But there was nobody.
Were
named
there
Rainbow.
any fisty hippies?
There was no fisty hippies.
That out of context.
It sounds really wrong. It does. It does.
You have to, cast your mind back to the previous episode if you want that to make any sense.
Yes,
and
that's
not that we're
right.
complete creepy weirdos.
I had.
How you feeling? It's a big life change to go in there and commit to a full cleanse like that retreat. How was it?
You know how it was.
Yes, I'm being an interviewer.
Oh, sorry. It was incredible, George.
What was incredible
so
about
good.
it? Sell it to me. Why
Oh
should I do it?
my gosh.
I'll tell you,
Gee, but-
not 3 kids and a husband there. That's what was incredible about it. The best Mother's Day ever.
It was, it was lovely. I had a wonderful Mother's Day. It was very peaceful and beautiful. But so I fasted for 5 days. You can eat on the final day.
What does
And
fasting technically mean?
Fasting means that you don't eat food.
So it's just a liquid diet?
Yeah, so you get a juice when you arrive, and I thought, woo, this is pretty cool. And they said, here's all your herbal teas. You can have as much herbal tea as you like. And I thought, oh, no, that's not for me. I'm not big on the herbal teas. Well, by day 2, Chezzi, 6 herbal teas down by 9 a.m., very into the herbal teas.
You would have been you just would have been hungry for any flavour, anything.
Yeah. By day 3, I wasn't hungry
At
all.
any point did you walk outside and just lick the sap off a tree?
No, but there was the most beautiful mandarin tree right next to where my room was. And a couple of people made note that the mandarins were really big and juicy. But no, I went there with a purpose. I wanted to, and I was also really appreciative that, that I could go and that Grant, could be here to look after the kids. And it was just.
It probably surprised people that you can live without food.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
you
if
can't
everyone
live
would know that.
You can't live without water.
No.
So we had lots of discussions, lots of lessons, teachings about what you can survive with. I've learnt a lot. I'm still processing the fact that perfume is poison.
Considering that anyone has known you for your entire life knows that when you walk into the room, you know Chezzi's arrived because it just comes with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
Scenty
because my DNA report said that I have more BO than the normal person.
Did it?
Yes.
You don't smell. Oh, that's why you spray so much.
Maybe
Covering
I
it
do.
up.
That's why our
So-
house smells like a coconut.
So that really has, I'm still processing the fact that I can't wear, perfume. Well, anyway, there was lots of things. Taking your shoes off and walking on the ground. So when we first arrived, we did a big circle and just introduced ourselves. And then we also said why, we were there. Did we have an intention for the week? And right at that point when I was about to introduce myself, 2 massive black cockatoos just flew over and they're like, "Wah, wah." And obviously nobody knows, that I'm all witchy woo about birds and stuff, but I took that as a really big sign that, there was really great things to come.
Whereas here, birds were flying down from the sky and trying to peck my eyes out. What does that say? Because that was the sign I was getting here with 3 children by myself. In fact, I was like, birds, if you just want to just end it now, I'll be okay with that.
Oh, poor Grant. I'm going to come to you in a
No, it's all
minute.
right.
No,
It's all
because
right.
you did a good job. It was really good, George.
Shut up, let me finish
was-
my story.
It was great. So much so,
Yeah.
I'm going to get Dr. Matt on next week on the podcast and get him to run through, because the guy is like next level academia and he just rattles off words that I can't even remember. I was trying to write notes, like autophagy, which is the detoxification of your brain cells at night.
It's sort of written
So-
autophagy, isn't it? When you see it written, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
of course you would know that because you're like Mr. Smarty Pants on every single topic.
No, I just know really
A worldly
useless
man.
stuff.
So I learnt lots.
You had a couple of big takeaways that you've already installed in a house, like anyone who sort of goes away on a retreat.
I
They
did.
come back and then enforce their learnings on the remainder of us. So
So
now,
I arrived home on Sunday night with a whole bootload of organic veggies and bone broth.
Mm.
I was like, we're
Wow.
all eating healthy.
who's keeping some
And just
cauliflower,
drinking
kids?
tea.
Woo!
Yeah.
3 meals a day.
But I'm not having coffee. I'm not having alcohol. I'm not having bread.
Sugar.
I'm not having sugar. And for me,
Most would say you're not having much fun.
but I'm getting it in other aspects of my life,
Mm.
which, will be revealed a little bit further on. But I went there with one intention, and that intention was to become super clear of mind. And I feel
Did you
I
have to write that down
achieved-
at the start? Did you have to
No.
write an intention? No.
They didn't ask us to write an intention, but I wrote my own.
That's good.
And I wrote, you taught
It's
me
inspiring.
that, actually. I wrote an intention each day, and I did an ice bath.
Yay! They're not easy, buddy. Well done.
I'll show you a photo of me in the ice bath.
They're painful.
I've shown a
Have
few
you done
people-
one?
I have, yeah. Freezing
Aren't they-
cold.
Aren't they hard?
It's
Because
tricky.
Your
Yeah.
entire central nervous system it goes into shock the moment you get in there, right? So it's trying to get you out of there to save your life because it thinks you're in danger.
For those watching YouTube, this is my retreat peeps. We're all keeping contact
Oh,
now.
good. Now we get a slideshow. This is
We're
fun.
all we're all besties. All right. I'm just looking for me in the ice bath. The There's me
There she
in an ice
is.
bath.
Oh, wow. You look
It-
like you're loving it.
You look like you're being born again.
They told me to smile. I wasn't feeling like smiling. It was really hard.
So
and when you first go in, you lower yourself down, you honestly feel like you have to you panic breathe, and that's what I was doing, really shallow breathing, and every part of your body is telling you you've got to get out, you're going to die.
It's a strong fight or flight response, isn't it?
It's horrendous.
It takes a heck of a lot to try and override that safety mechanism in your brain that's saying run, run, run.
And I was thinking, because he said, because they don't tell you the time, you've got to stay in there for 3 minutes. And he said, I'll let you know when you're close to time. And it must have been 30 seconds in. And I was and my legs kept trying to float up and I couldn't hold myself down. It was like my body was like, nah, you're an idiot. We're out of here. So my whole body was going up and I didn't want to touch the sides of the bath because it was like really cold. And I was just trying to, they breathe into it, focus into it. And then when you get close to the 3 minute mark, something really remarkable happens. Your body starts to become warm. It's like it starts to warm itself from the inside. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, which is another shock response. Yeah, that's why you shiver. You shiver to produce heat to help you in
Yeah.
the cold.
So I stopped shivering, and then my natural, behavior is to make funny remarks and and joke, and so that came out after that, and I thought, yeah, I can do this. And then when I got out, I had the sorest left foot, right arm, and left shoulder. I think there was 3 points on my body that were really sore, felt like they were aching, and they ached for probably half an hour. And I was told that that's where your blood flow is not flowing properly. Did you have that?
Oh, no, I never noticed that. Right.
And then I was watching the people who were doing it really easy, and some of them had been there for multiple retreats. They go every year. And I noticed that they all go down to their chin. And so I asked
Never seen that.
haven't you?
No.
So I asked, why go to your chin? And they said, because it puts your vagus nerve underneath and it gives you the greatest response. Plus also it to them felt easier. So for my next ice bath, now I'm talking like it was really easy. It was not easy. All night I kept thinking, oh my God, I've got to do that again. And I actually was trying to think of ways I could get out of it. Like, could I just accidentally sleep through my alarm? Could I, like, I was actually trying to
because they're not
plot
going to
ways.
beat your door down at a health retreat and say, get your ass out of here.
I was petrified. I was trying really hard to not have to
It's
do
a
it.
big psychological challenge, a big physical challenge. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of people do it, and it does elevate your tolerance for discomfort, which we all face a lot of discomfort in our lives, right? So it does equip you with not giving up when things get gritty or challenging. So it does create a resilience in you.
It also, one thing that I wasn't expecting is that it helps almost distance you from pain. Because when I first sat in that bath, I thought, this is pain, like it's pain. And I probably had the pain in my arm and my foot and, wherever. But having to breathe through it, which I'm sure I learnt before I had babies, but I just forgot it. There's real skill in being able to breathe and distance yourself from pain that you're feeling. And
you're right. That's one of the benefits, because pain is just messaging. It's just electrical signals. It's
Yeah.
not it's not the actual feeling of hurt that you're getting. It's just a message being sent from an area to your brain going, I think there's an issue. I think you need to do something about it. Please address it. So when your body learns that messaging is not life-threatening, it then calms that messaging down and goes, you're not in danger. It's okay. So you start to be able to take control of your pain messaging and no longer be as affected.
Yeah. I know, and I remember we had, what do you call him? Guru Campbell Wilson, who was like, he's a big breath work person, big yoga and very calm guy. And he was talking you through the breathing. And then I remember he said, you're just feeling sensations. They're just sensations and they'll go away. And I remember hearing that and thinking, oh, yeah, I think they're going away. It's amazing how,
Plus, there's heaps of healing stuff with them, right? It repairs your cells, gives you long-lasting dopamine, way more than a coffee will. Or
did not feel that after the first one. I was freezing and shivering when I got out. They give you a bone broth, which is like heaven. And some people were saying, oh, it tastes a bit like you're licking the bottom of a roast dish. So I turned around. I'm like,
you do that anyway.
Licking the bottom of the cup. I thought it tasted
you do that with
beautiful.
pork.
Yeah, I know. Yes. So I was like licking.
I was going to ask, what were the cravings during this time? Did you have any?
Did you eat anybody?
No, I didn't. But at one point, someone did look like a chicken drumstick. I won't lie. And everybody kept talking about food. Steaks seemed to come up quite a bit, just on and off. And then we're all like, no, we're all in agreement. You can't talk about food. I didn't really have any cravings. So I just went with the
Notice our
process.
phone didn't ring much, so obviously we weren't craving much family time. So,
well, there was limited service.
Oh, was there?
There was, but
did you go to the Wi-Fi
And
router
limited
and just
calls?
flick the off switch?
So on the flip side, Grant, who has been working away for a very, very long time throughout most of the children's lives, on and off, he went full stick into bum mode. Now,
Your dad, activate.
That's boring.
yeah, I think George has got something here.
Yeah, well, we actually there must be cameras or something in the house, because this came through the It's All True inbox.
Oh God.
Hello, Grant, or as I like to call you, my little giddy gumdrops. I think you're unbelievable. And I just wanted to tell you what you mean to me. Because you are unbelievable. What you did last week, you kept our house afloat. You kept the kids alive.
Amazing.
And for that, I am forever grateful. You're
It's God
unbelievable.
herself.
Not only were the kids alive and were they smiling when I walked back through that door, they told me they actually enjoyed themselves.
Unbelievable.
What?
Unbelievable is the only way that I can describe you. I absolutely love you. Thank you for being the guiding beacon of our family that you are. I love you.
Wow.
You're unbelievable.
God, hearing you talk like that wants to make me put my junk inside a toilet roll. That is sexy stuff. Sexy stuff. Oh my God. You don't need to thank me. It's the little things, you know. It's just, it's about time I showed up.
No, I do, because I know it can be chaos. And when I got home, Grant said, no, we didn't have any chaos. And I'm thinking, you're kidding yourself. You are kidding yourself. I'm so seasoned at this chaos. And
I did move into the garage and we did burn down one of the children's bedrooms. But apart from that, no one was injured. No, it was fine. It was good.
No,
it was good,
he did.
Good fun to, because the girls can often look at mum as their only saving grace, because I just sort of come and go in their life, and often I'm more of a disruption than I am a help, because
that's not true.
they get into their routine and I come home and I kind of disrupt that routine just by being there. So
It's because they just want to talk to you, and then we're running late.
so to sort of be more of their carer and provider, they feel a bit more loved, I think, when, you know, they're being double teamed, because they're terrified that one day you're going to go, and, you know, they've had this fear. We've spoken about this before, the fear of you dying, because their lives depend on you and their survival depends on you. So to actually be there and provide meals and drop them to all their appointments and get them to bed and read them books, and yeah, you can tell they feel a lot more secure knowing that now, you know, they've got a spare.
Yeah, they
spare
do.
parent.
They were so happy when I got home. They were bouncing. They all had little surprises that they wanted to show me. Sailor may have broken a wrist, but that, you know, a month in this house, you know, isn't right if somebody hasn't broken a bone.
That's true.
But yeah, no, you really.
I think we need to send George to a colonic, don't you reckon?
Oh,
well, I think we need to put, your mic's not open, brother. We need to put George onto some sort of, you know what I mean? Like, put his body through some sort of test.
An ice bath?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I am very committed to this podcast. I will do anything for you two. And I mean that.
I don't know about a colonic. A colonic
Why not?
would be pretty.
That's funny.
Do we have to watch?
No, God, no.
Right,
I just want the audio of it.
Why don't we send you?
I've done it. I've done it a couple of times. It's
Sorry, is colonic
not pleasant.
bum stuff?
Yes, it is indeed bum stuff. Where they put some stuff up your bum, inflate it with lots of water, and then suck all the contents out.
Well, no, they don't.
It's like a
suck
cleansing
it out. They let it
situation.
flow out.
Yeah,
because you get plaque. I believe I'm not an expert. So disclaimer,
like the
but I think
poo version of plaque.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good description
around your intestines. So it's like a build up, and what I learnt on this retreat is that 40% of your toxic load is sitting in your intestines.
Well, because that's area's whole responsibility is removing, you know, the toxic stuff.
But it starts being reabsorbed, and so if you've got, you know, old plaque. Yeah, it starts being reabsorbed and it can make you sick. So
yeah, you might, you know, in the many bends you have in your intestines.
6 kilometers, isn't it?
Not 6 kilometers. No,
600 meters.
What is 6 meters?
That's
maybe.
a lot.
That's a lot.
600 kilometers.
Yeah,
we'd be huge.
600 kilometers of intestines.
I didn't say
It's a big number, but it's not that,
I
surely.
6 kilometers.
I think you did say that. Did you say?
I said 6 kilometers and I said 600
I'm pretty sure I heard
meters.
600.
I think I heard 600 first.
600 kilometers.
Yeah.
How long is your intestine?
Here we go.
Probably like a meter.
600 kilometers to 6 feet.
Did I really say 600 kilometers? Well, what?
And then you adjusted it to 6 kilometers, all serious like.
It's 2 meters, thanks. What did I say? 600 meters.
Well, 6,000 meters is what you tried to claim as your second choice.
6,000? You're going up now. I said 600.
You said 6,000 meters, 6 kilometers.
None of what you said made sense.
Oh, George, don't back him up.
So
I
her
thought it was-
point is, with all those folds back and forth, there can be little bits where it gets trapped. And you're right, if it doesn't get evacuated, and sometimes, obviously, fiber does a really good job of doing that, but it can reabsorb back through the body those toxins. If it's
I reckon
not
I would
evacuated.
benefit from doing something like that.
A lot of
one-
people say your
this one
skin feels
says
better,
it's-
you get better energy.
This one says it's 20 feet long. So it was 20 feet, got 600 in there.
Yeah, it's certainly not 6 kilometers or 600 kilometers.
Maybe Shax is, or The Rock, but not the everyday human.
Shakes.
I'm going to look it up in kilometers. How long in kilometers is your 7 meters?
If it was 600 kilometers, our bodies would have to be the size of a high-rise
Giant.
I thought it was
Yeah.
really. Hey, look, I don't know. As I said, not an expert. Just know what it feels
Nor are
like
you
when
a
it's
giant.
clean.
But there's other
Hey,
little
you
things.
mentioned.
Yes, go, buddy.
Sorry, I was just going to talk about steak for a second, if you don't mind. I live in the beef capital of Australia, and we had the beef week thing. So
how
part of my
was that?
job was going out and about on the streets and speaking to the good people of Rockhampton, asking a simple question: "What's your meat?" That was what I was going up to people saying. So for an hour and a half, I was walking up to randoms in a certain shopping centre, just saying, "What's your meat?" Asking for permission. They were willing participants in telling me what their meat was. And after an hour and a half of filming and recording, getting some quality content, the manager of this shopping centre comes up to us and says, "Do you have a filming permit here?"
Oh, no.
No, we bloody don't.
But you're
We
news.
don't.
Could you?
don't,
so
you don't
couldn't
need a
use it?
permit.
Part of a media, like it's a very reputable source. It's professional. We've got all of the mics, the gear, like it's legit. But we needed to get a permit. So we're like, "Oh, well, can we get one right now?" And they said, "Yes, you can, but that's a 2-week process to get it approved."
So did you put in to get it?
No,
No,
beef week's
well, I
2
mean,
weeks
oh,
old.
beef-
by
no,
then.
they don't.
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh,
It only
keep
goes for a
next
week, beef week, funnily enough.
Oh, that's so annoying. Did you try and drag the people out of the shopping centre so that you could record them?
Well,
I've
that's the
had
thing,
that
right? I
happen
was like,
before.
"Hey, can we jump into the car park?" And they said, "No, we own that property too. Any filming on this property, you can't use it." So we had to delete the footage in front of them and
What?
walk away.
No.
And that was
Ouch, a
that.
whole
So a
hour
bit
and
of
a half
behind the
worth of
scenes
work.
goss for the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm triggered by the word
Spots are the
steak
worst.
these days.
In Australia, it is the worst because Australians are not like Americans. We don't. If a camera shows up and wants to interview, we're like, "Nah, bro,
People
that's not us."
Yeah, like a Scotch feeling it.
Getting someone to say yes to a vox
Or
pop
some
is
2 minutes.
the worst
eh?
job in journalism. It can be very difficult. That you're charismatic and you're charming, you would have had a much higher success rate.
We had some really good gear. In fact, we had a lady and a bloke who had just started dating. One's favorite meat was chicken, the other was beef, and they got on perfectly fine. It was just a beautiful meat relationship
Oh,
unfolding in front of us. So I got them to make out in front of me. It was great.
oh,
That's fucking
that
weird.
could have been why they asked you to delete the footage.
Maybe that's why the
Yeah.
manager
Um,
came over.
You're going, "Are you making a porno in here, you weirdos?"
See, they couldn't even because look, I've spent most of my adult life saying I work for news and just parking wherever. That used to work back in the day, didn't it?
Did used to work. You could park anywhere.
You could park anywhere.
if you're
You
a-
just pull up. You're a news vehicle, and you could just
Filming a
walk
story.
in and film something. Yeah.
Well, I
But
grab a subway.
Apparently,
Yeah.
everyone has insurance problems now, and everyone has to apply for filming permits.
I go to Bondi and I just walk around with a giant cinema camera on my shoulder so no one asks me to pay for any parking. It's really worth it, guys. It's really worth it.
Probably not in Bondi anymore.
Highly advise it. You've adapted some other little tips that you got at your retreat, haven't you? The touch and the ground thing. Where's that come from?
Yeah.
we'll have to ask Matthew Burke.
Oh, you don't want to give it away? You
No, I don't know. It's like electrodes. You get electrodes from the Earth or something like that. So
It's called the Schumann resonance.
is it?
Yes.
Oh, shut up! I
It's
didn't get that.
the
That's-
Earth emanates
I'll pay
a
that.
frequency which is 7.83.
Oh my
hertz.
God! Have you met Nerdy McNerdface? Yeah, come on, give us.
So the Earth
Yeah.
obviously is a living,
How do you know this?
breathing, electrical ball, and we are electrical conduits, right? We're full of get off me.
Oh
We are
my
full of-
God.
I just want to give you a kiss
No.
because you're just so gorgeous.
But earthing is what happens.
Oh,
Get off me.
I
It's good
can
for your
leave,
body.
guys.
to
I
go
I'll give
really
you a
can.
wet willy in a minute. There's all that meat talk.
you
Mm.
Willie, that won't be my bloody finger. An actual willy.
It'll be a toilet roll holder.
Yeah.
The kids will be like, "Mom, you got to come help Dad. He's got the toilet roll holder stuck."
If you're going on a first date, you just take a toilet roll holder with you and just go hand it over to your partner to be and go, how does that look to you? Does that look large,
Like a regular
small,
or an extra
doable,
large?
no go?
Or you hand over your ring and you go, "How's that? How's that grab your fancy?"
You definitely get it in there.
No, I just found you very quite sexy.
No,
Sexy.
And
don't
the
lie.
old voice came out. No, because you
Feet contact in the ground in the morning
and sunlight,
and sunlight on your face and in your eyeballs
and no coffee
is
before
very good for you.
11 a.m.
Did they bring up the sunning your bum hole technique?
Oh,
No,
where did we?
what is that?
No, that I have.
That's
heard
a legit
something
thing.
about that. Yeah, there's
Vitamin
some-
D in your bum?
What for?
I have heard
saw-
this theory.
Yeah, it's
Well,
true.
you
Like,
guys are
there's
taking
actually
a-
there's vision of people in their backyards, like kind of aiming their bum
So it's
hole
the
up to the
it's
sun.
The fastest uptake of vitamin D.
Oh my God,
maybe?
this
or-
has got to be this. What?
It's true.
That's not quite. Just...
Oh, your small intestine absorbs vitamin D.
No, I think you're looking at.
Oh, 10 things to know before you take up perineum sunning. What?
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
my
thing.
God. That's got to be the title of this podcast.
Perineum sunning.
No, it's
But
gotta
imagine
be
like seeing your neighbour just sunning his bum
Sun-
hole while he's
Sun
reading a
for your
book.
bum.
Yeah.
putting your bum out in the sun.
Anus.
What?
Sun.
Oh my God. People actually do this.
Therapy.
Perineum
Perineum sunning.
it's popular.
Yeah, is a trendy wellness practice that involves exposing the taint. Have you ever heard of that being referred to as the taint?
No.
Me either.
I
The
have.
taint
yeah.
to sunlight. Have you?
Yeah.
It is. It has no proven benefits and lots of potential health risks.
Bugger.
Sounds good. Because otherwise you get a freckle on your freckle when you get sun damage.
Oh, like Bob Marley, he got a melanoma underneath his toe. Imagine having one in your bum.
Is it good to sun your perineum? Perineum sun to increase the person's vibrations are gaining millions of views on TikTok, but experts say there is no evidence.
Yeah,
the
right.
Practice. Yes, there's probably truth to it because we were born with that clothes on. So,
No.
oh my God, there's people just
Oh
holding their
my
legs up.
God. No, we
Literally-
didn't do that.
That looks like some cult.
Look, it
Gape
says
to the sun.
absolutely no one. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know. Maybe they're hoping that it will bleach it. Have you ever looked at the color of your bottom? I don't know where I'm going with that. Sorry. Just-
Yeah.
I mean-
why? What colors?
You need a mirror. I need a mirror to do that.
Yeah.
Have you never looked? You have, George.
You lie, everyone has. At some
Everyone
point.
has, yeah.
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 It's
Go, what do I look like when I do this?
Why would
Hmm.
somebody go and bleach it?
Well, that was big in LA, wasn't it? Because
They always come up with the weirdest.
natural color was offensive, so they wanted to lighten the color.
That's actually racist.
Anus.
to bleach your bum.
It's anusist. It is.
Yeah.
Just leave it
it was
to
a
be the
thing.
color that it's supposed to be. Don't you think bodies are beautiful?
Yeah. I certainly do. I don't know if the anus is my favorite part of the body, but
You know, everyone loves a cuddle up with a little hemorrhoid.
Ugh.
George's
Well, your partner's name is Bum Nugget after all.
Yeah, this is super triggering for me. No, I'm looking at
You're lost
Google
in
Images.
Google Images.
Don't look at Google Images of bum.
You know,
in the
I think
sun.
the bum hole is a delicacy in some races, like
what?
the bum hole of
A
an
human
animal.
bumhole. Oh.
No, an
Well,
animal.
there's some cultures that eat all of that. Yeah, obviously, you do. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. They make you eat.
You've
like,
eaten an anus,
ostrich anus.
haven't you?
I don't know if I did. I ate maggots and lots of stuff, but I don't know if I did.
Oh my god, I don't know how.
I did a 1,000-year-old egg, duck egg.
Oh.
Oh,
I couldn't do that. I
The
bet it's full of
stench
sulfur.
was. Oh my god.
What about the egg you brought home that was rotten and it was in the?
Oh yeah,
and we went
I
to
just got that from the servo.
we went to crack it to put it into a cake. That smelt like 1,000-old egg. That was
That brought
terrible.
the house down, didn't it?
God.
Kids weren't keen on eating that night.
I went everywhere.
Before I throw up, we have got
Stop
a
looking,
listener
Joey,
who
found
reached
out.
out to the podcast, actually, who wants to get
Yay!
involved with our little segment.
Two truths and a lie. Two truths and a lie. Two truths and a lie. Two truths and a lie.
It's so
Yes.
beautiful. There's some great harmonies in there, brother.
It is.
Let's meet Sally.
My name is Sally. I live on a rural property in a place called Springridge in New South Wales. I'm 46 at the end of this month and I work as an education assistant at a primary school. Now, I once sang solo at the Sydney Opera House. I am only 5 feet tall, or about 152 centimetres. And I once went to Hobart just long enough to do a wee.
One of those is a lie.
Oh my God, Sally, can I say I love you? This game has been so challenging for us. I don't know why. Grant couldn't even
What
think
did she
of
say
it-
her height
the
was?
truth. 152
Yep, so her
centimetres.
height is 152 centimetres. She
Yep.
sang a solo at Sydney Opera House and she went to Hobart just for a wee. One of those is a lie.
The Opera House solo is a lie.
Chezzi,
Chez?
what's your answer?
The pressure, the pressure. Sally, don't do this. I want to go the height because she added in so much more detail with that.
Yeah, there's
She just
something,
kind of-
something off about the.
She
what,
just glazed over
Did she say
the
5.2 or 5? Did she say she's 5'2" or 5 foot?
5 foot, 152 centimeters.
Well, that's not right
What do you mean?
because I'm 5'5" and I'm 165. Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Okay,
would be right.
That adds up.
600
Yeah,
kilometres.
but she added more shut up. She added more details to that and then
On that, George, I've realised something about my wife. She's mass lexic.
Oh, I am.
This I only thought about this while you were away. I
Yes.
think you're maths lexic. I can't say
What?
it. Maths lexic. There's probably
Is
a
that
more scientific
dyslexia when it
correct
comes to
word.
maths?
Yes,
That-
when it comes to numbers. Numbers
No.
Yeah, I
lexic.
believe it.
Mate, you can't.
No, it's math.
you,
It's
you
math.
can't
You're
hold
right.
a number in your head, even if your comprehension of numbers, your scale is just it's no consistency to it. You can't retain it, and if you
I
hear
remember
something,
angel numbers.
you'll hear it as something completely different. I want to get this tested. You're mass
Yeah.
lexic.
You
Good
thought the intestines
dyscalculia.
were 600 kilometres long. There is an
Dyscalculia.
issue.
Did I really say 600 kilometers long?
Yes.
Did I not say
And if you
600
didn't, we'll make
meters?
it look like you did.
You're also a biologist.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I really say 600 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's like from Queensland to New South Wales. That was a slip of the
Yeah.
tongue.
Well, what is it? It's 900k between Sydney and the Gold Coast.
Right. So,
So
Yeah.
there you go. Silly the whole way.
of course, I didn't think it was that far.
Well,
I
you
didn't
said it.
realize. Yeah, but yeah.
Back to two truths and a lie.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sally's waiting.
Height.
You're going to lock in height, and GD is going to lock in.
Can we
Solo.
phone a friend?
I thought
Solo.
the Hobart for a wee only is so obscure that it's probably true.
Yeah, you know what? That is true. Hobart is true.
Yep.
singing a solo at the Sydney Opera House is true. Chezzi, you've got this.
My intuition.
She's actually 146 centimeters tall
That
and
would make-
wide. She described.
She's my kind of gal. Yes.
I went against my gut instinct. I overthought it.
Oh, and here we were. Chezzi's dyslexic.
No,
she
because
can't
she said
understand
solo.
numbers.
Solo in the
She
Opera House. I
doesn't-
thought lots of kids do school performances at the Sydney Opera Houses.
Hey.
Many schools have performed there.
Hey.
So that's
It was numbers.
Like,
There's numbers.
no,
I just
no,
guessed the
it's
numbers.
No, because you didn't hear any of the numbers. You went, that's all confusing to me, so I'm going to choose that one.
No, that's not how I did.
Yeah.
I thought about if I was going to lie about something, I would add in more details. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The
Well, the tally
psychology.
so far, Chezzi 1, GD 0. If you are a
Yes.
listener of this
Shut your
podcast,
face.
slide into the DMs and we will get your 2 truths and a lie on this
no,
very
I've just
positive
given-
segment.
I've just given away my tip on how I can guess this.
Ha ha. Just you let that stuff pass. You don't point another
Oh, I
arrow to
know.
it.
Oh, right. Okay. 600 kilometers.
I just want to
Oh,
hear
no.
that opener again. That's
Yeah, play
Just
it.
to close
Hit
it
it.
out. Here it is.
Yes, close it out.
Truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie.
So high.
It's so good.
It is so
Can
good.
you write another song?
Yeah.
Well, okay. We won't do this segment today because I think one segment per podcast is just fine.
no, I
I
think
did
we
write
can hear
another
that.
opener
Yep.
for a potential segment down the track. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, but you've got to do the segment today. Come on, we've got.
Do you want to do
like-
the segment or should we leave it till the
Yeah.
end?
No.
Well, it is the end.
Maybe he's not ready to do the full segment. He's just committed to the theme. I don't know. Do you want to give us a
Well,
taste
George,
of
you're
what's to come in
producing.
coming episodes?
Let's do a taste of a potential new segment for this podcast.
Get your snorkel, parachute, and scuba tank. We're gonna go back in time. Get ready to do a Dania deep dive.
We go back in time to the headlines that have been in all the
Oh my
magazines and all the
God.
websites.
Yeah.
And we just revisit something that was wacky and wild and you go, hang on, is that actually true?
Yeah, let's go first of all back to the headline. Is Grant Denyer and Dr. Chris in a relationship? And the answer is yes. Imagine the physical dynamics of him and I
it's like
making
a-
love.
Yeah.
I'd be just smooching his kneecap. Very sexual.
Dr. Chris is Dr. Chris is in a lot of love relationships according to the magazines because every time I get my groceries I have to laugh. I see his face and then they've superimposed like
Carrie
like
Bickmore.
Carrie Bickmore, Terry Irwin, like poor old Terry, she gets a mention
Poor
with
old
a lot of
Terry. Yeah,
these.
she was with Russell Crowe last week in the
I
same
know.
magazine.
Right?
And then it'll be,
It makes me laugh because
Dr. Chris and Robert Irwin. And it'll be
Dr. Chris just gets around. It's like it must be because he's not married that they just
well, he sells magazines. They only do it because it sells magazines. Like, he's got a cute face. People like him.
their magazines aren't selling.
Well, they're selling enough for them to still make up shit.
The
The
magazines
difference
aren't
between
selling.
him being on the covers all the time and us is that he hasn't sued them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. I don't want to be on their covers. With their-
I actually
No.
did have a headline here. Back in 2021, in April, it was titled Grant Denyer terrifies fans after fire scare. Do you remember that one?
Oh, I do actually. That was when we were on our family's farm, and we're having a bonfire.
We're having
wasn't
a
it?
burn off. A
Yeah.
burn off of all
Yeah.
the old trees.
We
and
just
stuff.
collected all the
Yeah.
dead trees that had fallen down around around the homestead, and we'd sort of just all pushed them together with the tractor just to clean the joint up. It does look like a massive fire. Little Scouty looks terrified.
Horrifying.
We were all sitting around it. Like it was actually really comfortable and Grant just took a selfie, I think.
Because it was
Yeah.
like the sun was setting. It was beautiful.
It
And the kids were
was.
so excited. You know what kids are like if you ever make a bonfire? It's like, this is the greatest night ever.
And we'd gathered all this stuff to help to make the bonfire and it
It's
just
like decades of fallen trees and timber and waste all just pushed
yeah,
together.
it was really beautiful. But the framing,
And we did that for my
the best
uncle, 'cause
line.
he's
The best line in
70
the
now.
article is the Family Feud host seemed rapt with the scene unfolding. Grant's followers were not so rapt about it, so they thought that there was
It's so
obviously
they thought it was
something
a
hectic going
bushfire.
on.
It's so easy for me to post. This is why I don't look at comments a lot, because
I'm the same.
if I post, I could be doing something just really just fun and normal with the kids, and people always want to coach you on your parenting or whether they think you are being appropriate or not. Even if it's, I'll be jumping on the bed with the kids right before bed, and someone
They'll
will
say
go,
that's so irresponsible.
what if they fall off and,
and break their neck?
Yeah.
It happened to my brother.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, I'm just trying to make memories with my kids and be a relaxed dad and try and, so it's not, their life isn't totally just school and homework.
I just got to a point because I was starting to delete like the really negative
I don't
comments.
even bother. I just leave them there.
And at one point, because I don't get a lot, but at one point I would look before I deleted them to see if they were following me. Now, this was a big thing. If they were following me, then I might consider what they've said and I might give a response.
Because they've made it a choice to at least invest in.
That's right. They're following me. So, but if they're not following me, boom, boom. Have we got a boom, boom? Nah, piss off.
Yeah.
Because I used to get comments all the time, like, like, oh, you're actually feeding your kid a chicken drumstick while she's walking around.
Oh yeah,
like,
we did get that too.
So like, she could very easily swallow a piece of that bone, and it could kill her.
And whilst everyone has a right to say whatever they want on our pictures, and we don't just want to post and just have nothing but glowing comments to make us feel good. Like it's not that. It's like you post and you go, oh, someone's clipped me over the years again. And then you go, why am I bloody posting?
Okay, here's a great example that I saw the other day. So Chris Hemsworth, I didn't even know I was following him, but I am following him.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
One of the kids must have pressed follow on his account.
No,
I don't know why these pictures of muscles and shirtless Chris Hemsworth's coming up on my feed.
I don't ever see him on my feed, but anyway, I did the other day. Actually, no, I wasn't following him, but I did after this post. So you know how they pop it up after they say,
was he putting it inside a toilet roll?
No, yeah. You know
fiddling
how
with his Thor hammer.
They suggest, you might like this person or whatever. Yeah. It was a little kid on a peewee. Have you seen this? Yeah.
I've watched those videos and I thought people must be going to town on him.
So this little kid, like obviously his child, was riding in a paddock on a tiny little peewee. Looks like they do a well-trodden path for ages, exactly like how we used to ride when we were kids, right? So his son comes up, does a big kind of like donut, and then lays the bike down, and then he jumps up really quickly so he doesn't burn his leg, because how many of us have, had a burn on our legs growing up?
My sister still has one.
Yeah. Right. So didn't have a helmet on, no safety gear. It looked like it was very, very soft, almost slightly wet ground. When I looked at it, I left a comment saying, "Oh my God, this reminds me of you, Grant Denyer, as a kid," because his face was just lit up when he was riding. And then I saw all the negative comments, like, "Can't believe you don't put a helmet on. It's people like you that cause car accidents," which I was just like,
"Car accidents?
Car accidents?
In a paddock?
I know." And I was like,
the bikes are tiny. And they're talented little riders too, because I know they've been getting a lot of coaching from proper motocross superstars.
Right. So
they go to a track properly with proper gear on, and they do jumps and stuff. Like, they're actually really clever.
So again, they have probably just seen all this traction, or like I did, it popped up in the feed, and so I actually thought, what kind of a place are you in when you see something like that online and you go, "No, I have to leave a comment"? Like as if he doesn't know
Yeah,
that he should be wearing.
that person is making the assumption that the dad of the child who they gave life to hasn't already considered and factored this.
That's right.
Of course they bloody have, Jenny, and they've assessed the situation and they know it's safe enough.
That's what.
And whatever risk they take on is theirs and not for you to decide anyway.
But also all those comments ever do is irritate the person that you're leaving the comment about. I have never ever looked at one of those really negative comments and gone,
oh, well, she's right.
I go, oh shit, I better go and get that chicken wing or chicken, drumstick out of her mouth, as if I'm not following her around. Wherever we crossed over where
we feel
people
that we can comment on someone else's.
Yeah, people want to see
style
what's
of
going on
parenting.
behind the scenes. They want to see, fun families. That's why people love that stuff. But there comes a point where you go, you know what, I couldn't be bothered to show it with you, Nancy's.
Mm. And having said, definitely not everyone's like that. And when you do read the comments, some of them are really, most of them, nearly all of them, are really lovely. And they're, they engage and they go, oh, that reminds me of this, or they share it with someone. And
yeah, I love that.
And that's all fun. And we do read them, but we don't try not to, and we do appreciate them. We try not to dwell on the negative ones. But yeah, it's really hard. Whenever I post something with my kids, it's just like, oh my God, someone just rips you apart.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The great thing is most people agreed with banning the waiting bay at the drive-through, so that's good.
I haven't even looked at the comments there. Oh, there was a bit of swearing in
Very
there.
supportive. Very
I don't
supportive.
know what happened that day, guys, but a demon came out of me when we started talking about that topic.
It might have been the pre-prep for the detox because we're never having takeaway again.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of when you left. When I waved goodbye, when you were sort of just left the driveway and all the kids were like there, bye, Mum, enjoy the retreat. I was like, kids, that's it. Never going to eat nuggets and a hamburger again.
Lentil burger. No, I'm joking. Jesus. I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm not that.
Gross.
No, I'm not that full on.
You're going to go and sun your bumhole after this?
Absolutely.
Stick your doodle in a toilet roll?
Yep.
And no.
Can you do both at the same time? Yeah.
Our neighbours are
whilst listening to that audio Chezzi made, GD.
I am going to not have coffee, as I said, and I'm not going to have alcohol, although we do go away in a few weeks.
Yeah, and what did you buy for our package when we go away on holidays?
Drinks package.
Okay, right.
Because I am a little partial to a pina colada.
Paid it all?
Well, that was before the detox.
So now there's unlimited drinks at the swim up bar, and you're committing to
oh my God,
no alcohol.
No. I'm going to have. I've spoken to Dr. Matt Burke, and I will ask him when he comes on the podcast next week because
I'm going to put it in his hands to make the decision for you.
No, I've made the decision. I'm going to enjoy myself while on holidays at my sister's birthday, and I'm going to enjoy the drinks package. I'm just not going to have 47 pina coladas. I'm just going to have 46.
I'm looking forward to having Dr. Matt on next week. He is a genius with the body, and he'll give us great life hacks as to how you very easily, a couple of easy little things that you can do to improve. For instance, like you said, seeing sunlight first thing in the morning, that sets your circadian rhythms for nighttime, so your body...
How do you go with that?
Your body knows that when it's sundown, it wants to then go into sleep mode. But you
incredible.
Can set that off by getting first daylight in your eyes.
So the worst possible thing that you can do, and I know they keep saying this and nobody ever listens, do not look at your phone when you wake up.
I'd never do that. Or right before I go to sleep. I'd never do that.
Do not look at it before you go to sleep. In fact, the blue light, there was people wearing like blue light glasses. Beautiful Nicole, who's part angel, and her daughter Charlie, they were wearing blue light glasses at night.
Wow.
So
I remember there was an ad, like an infomercial that used to play all the time back in the late 90s on television and selling a product called Blue Blockers. And there were these massive, ugly sunnies. And it'd be like a 5-minute commercial because it's like, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning. And Blue Blockers.
I think I remember that. I think I bought a pair.
Yeah, you would have been up late at night.
I would have bought them with all the steak knives.
You would have been on the Smirnoffs still like coming down from your night at the club watching the ad for Blue Blockers.
When was this? 1990s?
Yeah,
no,
late 1990s.
Still singing Shania Twain with my
Man, I feel like some Blue Blockers.
No, but I'm going to get some Because the worst thing that you could do is apparently like synthetic lights at night because it disrupts your sleep. Now,
because your body, all our limbs and bodily functions and senses are tuned for biology reasons, and our eyes are designed to let our systems know when to go to sleep and to wake up. So when you trick it with electronic light, it confuses your central nervous system.
and it makes you really tired the next day.
Wow.
Grant.
Yeah? Or what?
How do you go waking up with the sunlight?
What is it that makes you a bitch then? Because that's whatever you do.
I was going to say, GD, just keep on talking science. We'll log off. I'll stop recording and you guys can get down and dirty because I can see Chezzi with those eyes looking at you.
Oh, it's just my blue blocker, my love.
Just name the periodic table.
My phone is a problem, I must admit.
Yes, we've got to have.
Nope.
Yes, we have to get the unplugged psychologist Brad back on. He was coming to check.
Did you fail? What's going on?
I got it down. I got it down by 2/3.
Have a look. Have a look. Have a look.
Let's look in a week.
Have a look. He's been here on his own for the past week with the kids. Let's have a look at what your numbers are. Go on. Have a look.
No.
Have a look.
I can't remember where to look.
I'll do it for you if you want.
Yeah, okay, you might have to.
Screen time. It's pretty easy. Daily average is 4 hours, 9 minutes.
That's good.
Hang on a second.
What's it meant to be?
Yeah, no, sorry.
Well, it's not meant to be anything. It's meant to be as low as possible.
It says 13% down from last week.
There you go.
Well, where's last week?
I don't know. Yeah, I've definitely seen it higher. Hey, is that today's?
Yes.
Look at that. Today's super low.
I wonder why. You've been busy.
Spent an hour on the podcast.
TikTok, 3 hours and 42 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, do you know how good it is? That's where I got my information from.
3 hours.
That's why he's so smart.
About what the effects the sun does on your eyeballs.
I'm shocked. And
my daily average is 5 hours.
What?
Yeah, there you go. Can you stop pretending like you don't use your goddamn phone? I hate this pious version of you when you act like, because I will literally, you'll go me about how much I use my phone, but you act like you never pick yours up. And I turn around and you're on it as much as me. Oh, email. Yeah, right.
I'm going to have a look.
You can see who's active on different social media apps. Every time I look at that active part, Chezzi's name pops up. Just saying.
What active part?
What do you mean?
Of
Facebook.
Socials?
Is she really? Active on Facebook?
Oh, that would be my manager. Who...
Oh, bullshit.
That sounds like a lie.
At least I gave you my phone to prove evidence.
I don't have any screen time.
Oh, you've managed to turn
how
that
convenient.
I have not.
I don't even know. Wow. Well, she who casts stones.
I don't know. I don't have any screen time. It's saying GDs.
Is this because you hack my phone?
Excuses.
Shut up, George. I don't.
Should we reset? Should we all try? We'll reconvene next week and make sure we have a very low daily average. See who's the best.
You know what I did do when I was just me and the girls is I didn't want them to only see me with it in my hand because I didn't want them to think that I had other things on my mind that was more important than them. Yeah, because it's quite I saw a little video the other day. I think I mentioned this before, but I think it was when that guy was on. It was a dad sitting down and a kid, little kid, must have been 2, maybe 3, kind of wanders up and wants to sort of. His dad hasn't noticed him, so the kid's sort of having a look to see what dad's doing on the phone, and there's no interaction between the dad and the kid, and it's like, and the caption was something like, "Don't let this be the only interaction your kid has with you," and I was like, "Wow, ouch."
That's what they also.
Very sobering.
Somebody was saying that you should not even, and I'm always guilty of this. If I go for lunch or if I go to dinner or something, you should leave your phone in your bag.
Yes, yes, I have noticed that.
Yeah, and now I don't wear my Apple Watch. I haven't worn it for 2.5 months. Yep, because that was another thing. Like a message had come through and I'd go, oh no, it's not urgent. So I've taken that away.
Mid-conversation, you just dumped me to just see what was on your phone.
Yeah, which is not cool. So phones.
But we're all works in progress. And it's not our fault. Like these things, it's like crack. It's designed that way on purpose. They've hacked our biology, so we are addicted to it. And we keep returning to it. Like we're just like little mice in a science study, and they've got us sussed, and it's hard to break.
I run a business on my phone, right? So it's like a portable computer, which also presents itself, with other problems. But, it is very helpful for me because I've been doing a lot of driving with the kids each day. And you have to agree when you were doing it last week, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot of after-school activities.
And,
in the car a lot. Yeah.
And for me to be able to be across everything.
Yeah. And you've got to get back to all those messages on OnlyFans as well. That takes a lot to get through.
Of me sunning my perineum.
I genuinely nearly vomited seeing some of those images. That was disgusting.
That's right. I don't want to see it.
It's funny you should say this because I panicked because it was on TikTok the other day and someone pointed up, they went, I don't know if this is real, but someone has been banned from Google because of their searches. And I was like, ooh.
What were you searching on TikTok?
Hang on, Google's now making judgment? And like they were literally like, you are now not able to use Google. We're locking you out. Sorry, goodbye. We can't accept your searches. So someone was like, we don't know if this is real, but have a look at this. And it was like a screenshot message from Google saying you are now banned from using a service because of your searches. And now, George, you just looked up like
classic.
You're going to get that message now.
They're going to be like,
well, it depends.
If something wrong with you, weirdo.
If you keep going for 5 hours, we're going to have to end the episode there as much as I don't want to.
Hey, we kind of predicted Justin Bieber's baby news, by the way, last week. We recorded that episode and spoke about Justin Bieber at the very end. And on that day when we released the episode, they've got a baby on the way. So who's having a baby this week, guys?
Did we predict that?
Madonna.
Well, we didn't mention. Well, we spoke about Baby the song. We spoke about Baby the song and Justin Bieber. How often do we speak about him?
That's so weird. You're right. That is so right.
Oh, there's someone at the front door and it's school pickup. Who's going to have a baby next week? Oh my God, George, is it you?
No.
I think it's going to be.
Oh my God, it's George.
No, it's not. It's not. It's going to be Terry Irwin and Russell Crowe.
You're going to tell us next.
What? What was that?
Look at the mug. That's kind of sus, isn't it?
Dad's big mug. What? Hang on a second.
Oh my God, you are.
No.
Are you sure?
You're having a baby,
Daddy.
I'm not.
Is she calling
I
you
am a daddy, but I'm not.
Because it's kinky, or is she calling you daddy because you're going to be a daddy?
No babies, but I do have a daddy's big mug.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Well, that would work with the elope story.
Yeah, you also said you weren't going to get married. Poo to that, eh?
No, definitely
That's what we
not.
discovered about you. You're a liar.
I ain't no
oh my
father.
God. You're having a baby.
I'm not. I
April.
just happen to have a mug that says Dad Big's mum.
Weird mug to have. Tune in next week to find out if the big guy has got one away.
We're pregnant.
It might be us.
Oh, baby number 4.
I'm going to go sun my bun.
Bye.
It's All True, the podcast with Grant and Chezzi Denya.
Bye bye.